Talk with Allies. I'm here with Therese Schick from the Pain, Injury, and Brain Centers of America and an Allies member. Therese, will you just take a minute and tell us a little bit more about you and about the business?
Yeah, so I actually am a franchise consultant, and at an Allies meeting, I met the owner of the Pain, Injury, and Brain Centers of America, and she wanted to franchise her business. And so I helped her franchise it. And then after that, she asked me if I would help market her franchise. Once I got to know, I realized I wanted to own her franchise, right? Own
Nice.
a location here in St. George. And so what it is a piece of equipment that's been actually treating professional athletes for almost 30 years now. And it helps your body heal 500 times faster. So I can actually read what your cell's doing, see what the problem is with electrical current. Then I help the cell actually know what frequency it's supposed to be at so it knows how to heal. And so I just do that. I get to see people get better every day.
That's fantastic, and that's a great story about the power of what we do at Allies too. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us. One of the things we of course do at our Allies events is we try to get to know each other better and learn a little bit about people. And I know that you're a world traveler. I know that you've lived in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So tell everyone, what's your favorite vacation spot? Because I know you've been around a lot, and
Oh,
tell us, where is
that's
that?
like, what's my favorite chocolate dessert or something?
I'm with you.
Like, how do I choose? Well, I would say there's two places that like immediately come to my mind. One is Venice. I don't know what it is about the city of
Yeah.
Venice, but I went there for the first time about 20 years ago. And when it was time to leave, we were just there for one day. When it was time to leave, I actually started sobbing. Not just like, oh, I'm going to love it here. I was
Oh,
sobbing. And I just thought, I cannot leave this place. I've been there now about 7 or 8 times, but I've never actually stayed there like for a couple of days. So that would be my next
oh, nice.
and obviously this has a connection, but I always want to go to water. And so the next spot I would say was the British Virgin Islands. We went there this
Nice.
last January. Our family, we own Costa Vitas, so our group, it's actually my family, my parents and all my siblings, we rented a catamaran and we
Oh,
sailed
wow.
around the islands in British Virgin Islands. And so we'd stop and like get, I don't know, shrimp or crab at an island and then go to a different island and scuba dive and go to a different one and paddleboard or hike or something. So I always thought I wanted to know how to sail, like get my sailor's license, but now I really know I want to.
Oh,
So,
that's exciting.
so yeah, those would be my two places. And obviously, like our family, we go to Lake Powell. We have a boat, so water kind of is my
Water's the
go-to.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all love water pretty much. So tell us, what kind of problems then do you solve for people? Is it, I feel like I have an arthritic knee? What problems can you solve? What would make someone say, I need to come see you at the Pain and Brain Injuries Center of America?
Well, for me, like right now, what I usually get are patients who've tried everything else, right? So
Right.
we're so brand new as a franchise that people are like, I've tried surgery, I've tried stem cells, I've tried ozone, I've tried chiropractic, I've tried physical therapy, and I all of those things have merit and they're awesome. But usually when people get to the bottom of their barrel of I don't know what else to do, is when I usually see them and have great results. So eventually people are
Yeah.
going to come to me first, right?
Yeah.
But right now I'm kind of like we're the last resort. And so a lot of those places that like modern medicine has a hard time hitting is concussions. So trauma to the brain is one thing that people are just like, I don't know what else to do. My son is a different person. He's angry. He's not doing well in
Interesting.
school. He is, trying drugs or is reckless behavior, that sort of thing. So when they get to that point, they're like, we've tried, all of those things. Then I'm able to actually look at the cell, figure out exactly what's going on in that brain, and then teach that cell how to heal. And so concussion is one that I blow out of the park. Another one is fibromyalgia. A lot of people, that's like a death sentence,
Yeah.
you know, not necessarily you're going to die from, but it's just like, oh, great, the rest of my life is going to be in pain. And now I can say, no, it doesn't. You can get out of pain. And so the third one for me is neuropathy, that people, when they get that diagnosis, it's like, great, when am I going to lose my toes, you know, and then my foot, and then my whatever. So when am I going to be in a wheelchair? And we can now reverse that. And so those are some things that I love working on because it's really hard for people to find answers to those points. But I mean, sinus infections, chronic sinus infections, we can wipe out really quick. Carpal tunnel, no one has to get surgery. They don't have to, you know, get physical therapy, and they don't have to miss work for 6 weeks. They can just come get treatments, about 12 of them in 3 weeks, and then they're working, and they don't have to have surgery or pain, you know. So anyway, so we can do a lot of simple things, but those three are my favorite. So
Yeah, and those are things I know a lot of people suffer in silence from things like that. So it's good to know that there is this resource. You've tried everything else. Let's go check this out now. Tell me anything in the industry going on right now that people should know about that maybe is changing, or anything changed during this whole
everything
pandemic?
we're doing is new for everyone, right?
Yeah.
You know, so everything I'm saying, people are like, what? You know, but the newest thing that just came out that I had the opportunity to use twice now, which is like, it's still blowing my mind, is electrical stitching.
Oh,
so
wow.
if someone has an open sore, then there's with using electrical current, be able to stitch that up. And actually I've done it on three different people. 2 had actual stitches. One was on her forehead. Now you can't even see where.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. That seems like that would really help with scarring.
Exactly. So you can't even, because what happens is when people have stitches and they're scarring, they're taking this good skin and this good skin and they're bringing them together. Right? And then there has to be scar tissue in the middle there. Well, what we do is actually we take good from below, and it bridges both, and then there's no need for scar tissue. And so, like the woman who had it on her forehead, you can't even see where the scar was, and she did it February 28th. Like, that's miraculous from my viewpoint, you know. And
that is. And
what's really funny is actually that skin is so well, we treated it, and it's so well healing that her wrinkles stop right there.
Oh, wow.
So she was like, maybe you're going to have to do my whole forehead now.
Interesting.
So that's pretty fun and exciting.
Tell us, in the time we have left, how does being a member of Allies help you personally and professionally in your business?
Well, I found the Pain, Injury, and Brain Centers of America through Allies.
True.
Which
That's
is
a good story.
I mean, that's a cool story. But for me, I mean, we had our Board of Allies meeting this morning, and I just feel energized when I come in. When I see everyone there and hear their ideas and what they're doing, I just feel like, okay, I could do it, you know? And so usually when you're at the top of a business, it's a pretty lonely space because you're just like, I have to be strong and I have to be the leader and I have to show everyone what to do. And so it's nice to mingle with other leaders and be like, okay, what are you working on? What can I work on? How can we help each other? And how can we help build each other's businesses? And so that's what Allies does for me.
Well, great. Well, thanks for being with us today, Therese. And don't forget to like us on other social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel for Allies USA.